Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I am your host, Victor, along with my co-host, Mark.
You.
How everybody doing today? Mark, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. You know what I heard yesterday? I'm doing Fanta. I was playing with Smooth yesterday because I had to stream. And then his homie popped in. We were running trios on Apex. And he's talking about how he was at his job and he had a typo. He was trying to write fantastic and it just wrote Fanta. And he corrected himself. He's like, I'm not hitting his coworkers. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought you was trying to be hip or whatever. So and everybody just started saying Fanta now. So now I'm just like, I'm about to start just saying that shit till it catch on.
I'm doing Fanta.
That shit was
sound
fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing Fanta. How everything good with you, Mark? Anything new you want to talk about? Anything you want to share with us? In particular?
It seems like you're pointing something out here, Victor.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I don't want to really go too crazy as far as taking my hat off, but yeah, I have more of a man bun now.
Show the back off. Yeah, just show the bun. That's all that matters.
It's terrible. I mean, I can't really I'm not gonna sit here.
Look at the inches.
It's terrible. As far as me doing a bun right now, it's terrible. But yeah, I have a man bun, so I'm kind of going through that. Yeah, but it's cool. It's not really anything crazy. It's cool because I feel like when I brushed my hair out, it's just super soft. I'm just hey. But as far as I don't know. I feel like it's cool because at one point before when I got it, I told myself I wanted to get my hair shorter just because I didn't want to feel dealing with so much of the hair and just in my face and all that. I just wanted to be able to just kind of wake up, simply just fix something here and there and just be about my day. This is kind of quite the opposite, not really, but again, all I have to do is just pull my hair back. It's not really anything too crazy where I'm gonna be upset if a hair is kind of this way or that way. So it's this end of the day, I'm still just able to still just manage it easily. But yeah, as far as keeping it simple, I did not keep it simple. Now I'm doing the opposite.
Now you learn how to do a bun every day.
Facts, and I think it's pretty cool though because you see girls do it every day, and I'm just it seems so simple because they just be
because they've been doing it since they were 5.
Exactly. So it's just so funny, but Emily's oh yeah, just practice, and I'm bro, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You don't understand. I told you before, I can get the idea of having it on my wrist when I put it up, and then I just take it from my wrist, put it in there, and then I have to twist it. But once I have to twist it the second time, that's where I'm lost. I'm I don't know what I'm doing. For some reason in my head, I just feel I don't know what I'm doing at all. Yeah. So yeah, that's the main point where it's just the main point of just I don't know what the hell to do as far as putting in a bun. But then I had my mom do it for me the other day, yesterday, because I was just I was really trying, and I'm I couldn't do it. And then Emily was talking about when I brush it, to brush it, then hold it. But I'm how do I do that? Because I do it.
You follow and you kind of hold it in place and you kind of keep the hair.
Yeah, but
back.
It was she was saying you when you brush it, the same thing you're saying, you brush it and then I hold it. And then but in my head I'm if I brush it my hand's in the way. So she's you gotta kind of
lift.
Move
you gotta lift the fingies.
That it just felt so weird for me. I'm how do you do this on a regular? It just seems
you gotta slide it under the hand, bro. I don't even got the hair for it. I've just seen it so many times.
Yeah. So you live in a house more of women. You have two other women. I have my mom where I don't really see her put her hair up that much. But yeah, it was it's interesting. So now I have a bunch of these.
Yeah. For y'all at home, I haven't seen it myself either. I hopped out my car and he turned for a second. I was like, "Do you have a man bun?" I've never seen his hair pop out the back of his hat before. Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah." I'm not even joking. I'm like, "Oh shit, I was fucking around, but you really got it."
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I was gonna come here surprised. I was trying so hard to not look at you, look away from me so you could see it, but yeah, it happened. So yeah, I have a man bun now and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's not really anything crazy. It feels weird though sometimes when I'm laying back and it touches the wall.
Oh,
and I'm I feel my sense of awareness is so off now.
Your reach is farther.
I'm all right, what's going on? What's touching me? My back and my head. Either that, when it's in the bun, it touches the wall, it feels like that. Or even when I have it out and I'm laying down, even yesterday laying on my bed, on my pillow, it was just I laid down and it's out, but I laid down and it kind of just goes out and I'm all right, this is weird. This is so weird. So it's sometimes, yeah, it can get a little annoying like that. But again, for the most part, I just had to wet it and then just kind of go about it, just put it back and it's cool.
Very nice. Yeah. I'm dying for her. I'm finally getting one Saturday, but I literally haven't got one since before Christmas and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So I've just been hatting it up.
Yeah, I actually looked, and it was like a month and almost a week since I got this haircut now, and I got it Monday. Yeah, it was a while. I think the last time I got it was like December 22nd or probably even before that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then now I'm just like, I got to time it for like, I was trying to time it for like work and like Valentine's Day. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get it this day.
It's so funny because, bro, I don't know what it is, but whenever I do get haircuts, for some reason, I always end up, whatchamacallit, like, never timing it right. It's always something comes up, but I do need the haircut because it's at this point, it's like, bro, it's been too much. Like, the thing that I would need it for is probably like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks. And I'm like, bro, if I have to get a haircut now, like, then I'm going to have to get it literally like in a week. And it's just like, bro, do I really want to do that? But I'm like, I need this. Like, I can't go another week. Like, this is terrible. Like,
I've just been riding it out. But finally I'll be back and I'll be back, feel back to normal for the most part. But it is what it is. Just that weird New Year gap, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted to pick your brain about something. Had this idea yesterday, so I'm just like, fuck it. What better place to talk about it than here?
Exactly.
We've had a history of, talking about the system on the podcast before, making new laws, Victor's Law.
Law.
We've come up with different, we said our opinions about how the shit kind of just doesn't make sense a lot of the time. I was listening to a different show, and they were kind of like, yo, like, it's mad weird how we just have one, like, it's technically not, but we just have one guy who's like the face of the country, or, I mean, potentially woman one day. And like having our president, but like other places, I mean, there's the queen and shit like that, but then like, why is it always just one person? Like, obviously there's like Congress and shit in the background, but we don't really like think of those people unless you're like really into politics like that.
Yeah.
So like my thought was like, what if we low-key had like the Avengers of presidents, or like the Fire Nations of presidents? I know there's the UN, but like
the Justice League.
Yeah, like some type shit like that. Like what if instead of one person, we just like 5, right?
Yeah.
And they just all wear like different fits, like by different colors.
These are superheroes.
Yeah, like like on some shit like that. So like, even if not even like a suit, but like if we were to do suits, like one's like red, one has to always wear a blue one always has to wear a green one. Yeah, like some shit like that, but like dripped out, like crazy dripped out, and like, because in my thought too, I'm like, some of the like presidents now are like hella old, and we're kind of talking about like how like why is there like people who are like 70 or 80 years old running the country?
Yeah,
back when like all this other, like back in their time when they were young, all this shit was happening. Like this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if we have somebody that's too young, there's also conflict there. So what if we just had, this is really sounding like the Avengers, a bunch of people with different strengths in a group. So if you got like a couple young people, couple old people, all different political affiliations, there's no beef anymore. It's like, oh, we got to get a red person in or a blue person in. It's like you got like a couple blue people, couple red people, a neutral. One's old, one's young. Yeah. They're all good at different shit. And then they just all wear like different presidential clothes and different colors. And it's just like mad cool. Like it's just not one person. Cool. So like I was thinking about this. I'm like, yo, this makes sense. Like this is so much better. They could be at different places at different times. This is really sounding like superheroes, but I like it. And like we could call them like the presidential posse or some shit like that. Like POTUS posse. POTUS posse.
Yep.
What you think? Yeah. Should we do it? What do y'all think?
POTUS posse.
Because it really don't make sense how we got like somebody who's borderline like being in a home, running everybody's business when new problems have arisen since they've been young. And then also on the flip side, like the lowest you could be is I think 35 is like the minimum for a president. I feel like that's also like can be too young in terms of experience, or like, there might be some things that I feel like you kind of need not from like life experience, but like being in the game of politics experience. They wouldn't really have that.
How long or how young do you end up being? Again, I'm pretty sure it all depends on the type of field you go in, but to be a doctor, how long does it, like, are you usually?
Depends on time, but like, so like obviously, like, it depends on how quickly you go through your process.
That's what I'm saying. Like, say if you were to just like bang it all out, like.
Realistically, like, late 20s to like early 30s is like when you're like done. Like, finally, like, and like maybe like finally getting into like, you're done with like, I forget what it's called, but my sister is going through it, but just like, going through your classes, obviously, going through your degrees, and then going into like shadowing somebody in a hospital. I'm forgetting the proper term, but like there's times where even after that, you're basically going through an internship of like being in a hospital and working for free, like 80 hours a week and shit. Mm-hmm. To then finally like get to a point where you get appointed as a doctor. Like there's so much shit even beyond school.
Yeah,
so like usually like early 30s, late 20s, depending on how fast and like how everything goes.
Yeah, I was just wondering to see because I don't know why in my head I was thinking like I feel like it takes longer to be a doctor, you know, and you can be like I said, you're just older as a doctor compared to like being a president. You're gonna be younger than what it takes for a doctor to like finally finish.
True.
And I'm just thinking like,
and like how do you have to be to like be a mayor? Or like I feel like that's like 18, right? Like you don't have to like.
Yeah, unless it's different in different states.
See. How old do you have to be mayor? I feel like it would just have to be 18.
What about governor?
Or or shit like that. It's probably like 18 or 21.
Interesting.
Oh, so it is by state. So like for some places it's 18.
Yeah.
For governor, other places in Pennsylvania is 30.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Hey.
But like it looks like it kind of varies, but I'm seeing like 21, 25, 28, like shit like that.
The only thing that I feel like is so difficult about that is that like say your goal is to be president. Mm-hmm. And say like early 20s, you know, you're just like again like you're out of school. Like you just got to like sit there and wait because you're not that age yet. So you're just constantly like, you could still be doing stuff 100% and like getting your name out there and everything like that. But it's just that idea is just like, you can do the most of the most and be recognized so much. Everybody's like, oh my God, you're amazing. But I'm still not 35. Like, I can't be president yet.
That's the shit that kind of pisses me off because like jobs and shit, like put so much emphasis on getting a degree, which is whatever, cool. Still kind of bullshit because of shit that you learn. Whatever, it's a different discussion. Mm-hmm. Like even after you get your degree, it don't mean shit because you need experience in the field. So it's like, then what the fuck was the point of the degree? I just could have got experience in the field.
Yeah.
So like even say for example, like say if I was 18, right, and I got my degree in like political science or whatever it is that I wanted to do to end up getting in office. I ended like. If I have the degree, am I not just as qualified? Like, is that not the point of the degree to be just as qualified as everybody else? Why the fuck are they bitching that I'm not 40 fucking years old? Exactly. Technically speaking, for me to be able to get this job, you just needed this degree. Why are we adding more obstacles?
Yeah.
Now I got to be fucking 50. I got to wait 30 years just to be able to qualify. Like, that's not my fault.
Yeah, now I have to
I did my time. Like,
I did my time.
Like, how the fuck am I supposed to get experience if you guys won't let me in? Like... Explain that.
Let me in.
Yeah, like, so what? Now I got to work at some other bullshit job just to wait till I turn 50 to then be able to make it, like, make it make sense, white America. But back to the POTUS posse. What you think, bro? Who should, all right, so right now, if we were to do it, who you think should be in the POTUS posse?
Well, obviously Obama.
Yes.
Yeah.
What color would he wear? Don't be racist.
Hey, look.
Honestly, I already have an answer in my head, but I'm gonna let you go.
I don't know. It's like it's weird because, you know, I'm thinking of him and I'm like, I don't want to give him an off color. Like he gotta go with him. Maybe blue.
Okay.
Because
final answer?
Yeah.
All right. So
wait, I think I know what you're gonna say. But
okay.
Keep going.
What am I gonna say now? So I know like there's a traditional colors, but I feel like we should let Obama come back in the tan suit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It clicked to me as soon as I was like, so the reason why I said blue, because I don't know why I felt like I pictured him in like a light blue suit, but I'm like, nope, that wasn't it. And then as soon as after I said that and you were going, I was like, nope, it was tan. I remember what it was.
All right, so Obama's given. Who's next?
So
we got to keep it balanced though. We can't just be like Bernie, Obama. Like we gotta give him a bone.
What was his name? Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney? Is he alive? I'm not even trying to be funny right now. Is he alive?
No, yeah, he is. It's just you don't hear about him.
Oh, is he? Who died? There's somebody who like recently passed away in politics. That was like,
was it? No.
Damn, bro, he's 74. See what I mean, bro? Like retire. Like you already got your corrupt politics money. You're good for life. Relax. You were on the island. We all know. Leave it alone. Let us get some time.
I don't know.
We throwing AOC in there?
Yeah.
Is that the opposite of Obama, the young? Because she's like young as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you could do that. Yeah.
I think she just hit like requiring like eligibility for presidency. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Cool. So what's she rocking?
I feel like she's rocking like I was gonna say like a lightish purple, or maybe like apricot.
Is apricot purple?
No, it's not. They're two different colors.
Yeah,
just like those are the two colors that I was thinking. Like I feel like it would work.
I don't know why I was leaning towards red. I feel like she wears a lot of red, but apricot could be. But apricot looks similar to like the tan.
That is true. Yeah.
So should we stick with purple?
Sure, purple would be a nice light purple, not too dark.
Cool. So we going pastels.
We're going pastels. Yeah.
All right. So AOC and Barack. George W. in there? Nah. Are we letting Donnie back in? Nah.
Nah. I mean, I feel like we already know who the arch enemy is.
Who would be the arch enemy?
Come on.
Who's the arch enemy?
Come on, bro. We didn't have him in office for like a whole year.
What are you talking about?
Damn, I guess he's really...
We didn't have him in office for a whole year?
I guess he's really erased... Well, not a year, for... I guess he's really erased everybody's mind on the terrible shit he's done.
Who we talking about?
Trump.
That's what I said. I just asked. I was like, we throwing Trump in there? I was like, nah.
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I didn't catch that.
I already scratched him.
Yeah, there's no way he could be in there. I just felt like he would be the one guy.
He'd be on the opposite end.
Exactly, yeah.
Whatever the evil group would be.
A villainy.
It'd just be like him. It'd be like Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un, don't shoot me. Vladimir Putin. Who's missing?
I felt like if he was still alive, it would have been Castro.
Yeah, I feel that. They lost one. They're looking for a new. There's a vacancy.
Exactly.
They're waiting. Jeff Bezos fighting hard for that slot.
He is, yes. Yes, he
Honestly,
is.
at that point, I feel like it shouldn't even be like presidents. It should just be like rich. So like Mark, like Zucky. Throw Zucky in there. Jeff Bezos. I already picture Jeff Bezos. Like if Jeff Bezos doesn't come out with a superhero suit in the next 10 years, he failed.
True.
If you don't come out one day unannounced, just like like in Times Square, just like package.
You know what's funny is I just thought about this. He wouldn't be on either side, but he'll probably be on the side, but he'll be like the tech guy, and that's Elon. Like he'll just
true.
You know how Batman has, how it was for Christian Bale. He'll
be like in between.
Yeah, like, Morgan Freeman as like the tech guy who was like, be able to like give everybody the equipment they need.
He picks and chooses whose side he's on.
Exactly.
He's a flex.
He's kind of the inside guy, the incognito guy. Yeah. No one knows his identity.
He's neutral. He on like...
Exactly.
It's just depending on the day what he's feeling. Whoever he agree with that day.
Exactly. Do I want to send you to space? I don't know.
Who's missing though? So we got Barack, AOC... Honestly, like it's hard to do because like unless we're doing like dead or alive, because a lot of people are dead.
That's why I was like, that's why it was hard for me to think because I'm like, bro, like if we were talking about people that were dead, then I mean, like we could probably throw in some, Lincoln just out of nowhere just shows up.
But it don't necessarily got to be like presidents though. It could just be like.
No, I wasn't thinking presidents either. I was just thinking people that are probably like very well known and just respected.
It's tough.
Probably put them in there. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna try to put this together as a TikTok for y'all that are watching. If we would have a presidential posse, who's missing? So we got Barack and AOC. That's like the liberal side, I guess you will call it, whatever you want to say. Who's missing on the other end? Presidential posse, just a group of presidents, rock different superhero suits, red suits, or whatever color suit, and they all are just a mixed group of people with different set of skills. It sounds like Liam Neeson type shit. Who would be in that?
Put Chuck Norris on the hero side.
Yeah.
Feel like
what would the universe be called? Because you got the Marvel Universe, MCU, we got the DC comic universe.
That'd be hard.
Low key, we're writing a show for Amazon right now. I feel like at this point.
Bezos, he already
watching.
It's like, yeah.
See?
I don't know.
This is the shit that, like, I don't know, for me, this is the shit that I be listening to on podcasts where I'm like, this is funny. Like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I listen to the Basement Yard. I told you about like Michael and Danny Loprior. They funny as shit. They be talking bullshit. I like this content. I don't like all this other weird shit.
What's weird shit?
You already know where I'm going with this, bro.
What's weird shit? I want to know.
These this running trend of men podcasts out there.
Oh,
They've just been like, I don't. You've seen the clips before. Just like, if you a man and your girl if you tell her to bark and she don't respect you as a man, you need to leave her. She's a whore.
She's a whore.
Like that, they always make their voice mad deep for no reason, and they always suddenly turn into everybody's from New York.
Yeah,
just mad husky with it.
I remember I seen one, or not seen one. I heard one before, and it definitely was just more of like on the masculine side, and it's just like, I don't know. I do hate when you start talking about stuff like that, because I mean there is a time and place for it. Who knows, But the idea is just like, why don't you just have like a genuine conversation of stuff you either experienced or just fun moments or just talk about general things, But like when you start bringing in shit like that, where you're talking like you're just trying to be so masculine, just like it throws it off. It's like, okay, who are you trying to impress?
I am an alpha male. If my woman is not catering to me and staying at home and cooking dinner while I'm out, working at McDonald's, then fuck was you doing?
What the fuck is you doing?
Your grandma wasn't out here in the streets at the street club partying with her friends. She was at home.
Exactly.
Miserable. Cleaning.
Miserable.
Why can't you be like, see, that's why I don't got real women these days.
That's why they all suck. That's why I just be focusing on me.
That's why I stay with my homies, my brothers. We get to the money. We do we dress up in suits.
We stay out till 5 a.m. for some reason.
Yes, sir. We have conversations like this, like real men. And meanwhile, while we doing this, the women should be home, waiting on us, taking care of the kids.
I should be walking into a home cooked meal every fucking night.
Every fucking minute. I eat 12 times a day. You need to be cooking 12 times a day. That's what my mother does. Why can't you do it? Because my mother's a real woman. It's like,
I respect her.
Like, no, you don't. You don't. You truly don't.
For what you're saying, yeah, nah.
Like you want a slave, bro. Like let's keep it a bean.
Yeah, you want somebody that can. At that point, just get a chef. Like if you want someone to cook for you and just stay at home, like and do stuff like that, clean for you, get a maid. Like don't make a woman do all that stuff for you. Don't think that that's what they're supposed to do.
It's like, oh, you want me to provide for you, but you don't want to do this. You like first off, bro. Like 99% of the time in 2022, she got a job of her own. Yeah. And 2, I know for a fact, most likely you don't know how to cook yourself. Why are you bugging like that? So it's like, oh, you don't know how to cook? It's like, do you? It's like, no, but I'm a man.
But I'm on my phone making opportunities.
I'm here doing this podcast that make no money.
I'm yelling for some reason every second. Yeah. Those things aren't gonna do well.
And what's fucked up is that like it does work well though, like because people like they disagree with it. It's shock value and people be arguing because like I don't see it, but Anicia will send me like lives all the time on TikTok of like those guys, and then like there'll be like somebody on the live with them like arguing with them because they asked to join it, and they just be beefing mad heavy, and they'll have like thousands of people watching because they just be arguing. Yeah, like you seen the one bull. He was on Twitter for a little bit. He was like mad short. And he was just basically saying bullshit like that, where he was just like, oh, like, I don't know. It was like, just basically shit like I was saying. And then ever since then, he's been on lives like every day, and people just hop in and feed into it and argue with him every day. I'm like, bro, he's like falling right into his shit. Yeah, exactly. Every time. And then there's this other dude. I don't know what the hell is his problem, but he's like from New York, and he just every time I see these videos, it's like they in a busted ass bedroom, and their dresser look old as shit. And like, you know how like you ever see a dresser where like the drawer is like not even straight anymore? It's just like somehow like off the wheel. Yeah. So you see all that, like all they shit is just crooked. And he just in a hat, like a trucker hat, in a hoodie. And every time I see a show, he do this shit every time. Like I feel like every video. I'm just like, bro, why are you yelling? And what's wrong with your arms?
What's wrong with your hands?
Talk, this is what's happening.
What's wrong with your hands?
But yeah, they just be like, and all you men who disagree with me, I'm not like y'all just pandering. Y'all beta males. Y'all not real men. Y'all pandering to these females because you think they gonna fuck with you. It's like, nah, bro. Like I just genuinely think that if she want a job, she could do that. Or if she or if she want to go outside and run errands by herself, she could do that because she's a grown ass adult. And she existed before I came into her life.
Facts. You know damn well that he not telling his mom what he do on this side. Nah. There's no way his mom watching that. Like, yes, baby, yes, I agree with you. Why aren't they at home?
Right, and it's so
like, no way, bro.
And it's funny because like their only defense is yelling. It's like as soon as you start to ask genuine ass questions, they just like fold mad hard. Like we've talked about it before.
Why you ask me those questions?
Yeah, like he's like, that's
Are you
irrelevant.
Weird? Like what the fuck? It's like
some bull. He was saying like, oh, like, he like blatantly said he's like, I want to like fully control them. I know it's wrong.
I'm sorry.
He's like, but I want you. It's like I want you to stay home. I don't want you to do shit. Like just cook and like whatever. Take care of the kids. Stay in the crib. He's like, I know, and he's like, I want to control you, but I know that's wrong by today's standards, so I don't want to do that. He's like, I want to like be able. I want to change my mindset. And they were talking about this shit, and the woman was just kind of like obviously like disagreeing. And then there was like after they were having the conversation, some other like a third guy interjected. Like, see, that's fucked up. He's like, why he gotta change to today's standards? He should be able to be what he want to be and not settle. I'm like, bro, like he just said he want to basically have a dog in his crib. Like he don't want like somebody to have a mind of their own and do their own shit.
Yeah, that's
you just want them locked up. Why? Because you worry that somebody gonna take your girl or some shit. Like what the fuck is like your shit?
Yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know how that would even go. Like that's just controlling at that point.
I saw one like video some bull made like making fun of these, and he put like a bald filter on them because most of the times these dudes are like in their 40s and like old, like just still talking about this shit. Like,
yeah,
bro, if you outside of high school talking about like how many bodies somebody has or like bro, like grow up, please. Like I swear to God, like that shit don't matter no more. Like
no, it don't.
Like just if it mattered to you, whatever. Like find somebody that also agrees with you and y'all can be together and be weird as shit together. But the bull is like with a ball filter on. It's like, oh, as a man, I should be able to fuck your mom and you not say nothing about it because I paid the bill last month.
Last month,
he said, "Hear me out, hear me out."
Hey, yo, bro.
I'm like, bro, like. But that's really how they be sounding though. Like they say some outrageous shit.
You said last month.
Because I paid the electric bill, so I should be able to do that without you questioning me. And like it sounds like a joke, but there's people that genuinely feel that way. It's like, oh, like if I cheat on you, whatever, it don't matter because I'm providing for you. Like,
no, yeah,
what you on? Like, what year is it?
Yeah, none of that.
It wasn't cool 50 years ago when it was happening. It's not cool now.
Exactly. It's just like, bro, who were you surrounded by and who gave you this idea to kind of think that was like, okay, like, I don't know. And like, who was just constantly like keeping it cool around you? Like, I don't know.
And then back then when that shit was acceptable, look at them couples now. Like, they miserable as fuck. Like, they don't like each other. When you really ask a lot of these, like, older couples that stuck together, then you ask them, they're like, oh, like, I stuck together because we had kids together or some shit. Not because they actually want to be with that other person. They just dealt with whatever they had.
Yeah.
So it's like...
And I mean, there's a lot of times, too, when you think about as far as, like if a woman, genuinely wants to be, like, oh, a stay-at-home mom, like, that's still a thing. Like, you can...
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, if you feel that way, just find somebody who feels that way, too. Because there are, like, even though it is outrageous as fuck what these guys are saying, there are women who agree with what the men are saying. Like, it's very few. But there are some that their mindset is like, oh, like, a man should be a man. He should be able... He should be doing X, Y, and Z. Which, cool. Just y'all two be together. Yeah. Like y'all just and then leave all the other people who disagree to be together with each other. Like
but I mean there's also that side where it's just like they probably don't like so much like agree with them, but the idea of just being a stay-at-home mom is just something that people probably think like, oh yeah, that's what they want to do. And probably the man at that point still thinks too, like, oh yeah, like she wants to do it, like that's her choice. But if at any point she does decide to not want to be like, it's fine. But I'm 100% like supportive of her just deciding like, oh, she wants to just stay at home, like go ahead, if she wants to be the person to take care of the kids or, make sure like, I don't know, the house or the meals or go grocery shop, do all like most like the errands and stuff like that. Yeah. Like that's fine,
But that's the thing though. It's like that's just it's not by force. That's the whole
it's
thing
not
at the end
about
of the
force.
day.
Like you said, like if that's the case, like if you want that, then you're just gonna have to like somewhere like find that.
Yeah, and it is out there. Like there's people who do think.
But like at the end of the day, it's just like you should put in your head and know that like majority like standards aren't like that anymore.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna have to go out and find it, and it's most likely gonna be hard. Yeah, because it's just not like that anymore. Like it's barely ever anything you're gonna find.
And it's the other. There's other shit. There's other way around too, where the guys stay at home or whatever the fuck. Like True. It's a new time. Anything's on the table.
Yep.
So like, stop being fucking weird, bro. Like, we've been doing this shit since 2016. Why you gotta tarnish the Men Podcast name? We was chilling. We was just doing this for fun.
They see
now y'all wanna.
They see two guys on the screen. They're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to hear about like how many bodies you got or what position you did or what like bro, like we could talk about
what sport you played that made you.
Yeah, that you like tweaked your knee in 2015 and you could have made it to pros.
I could have made pro, bro.
Like, we're not trying to hear about that, bro. Like, we trying to hear about the POTUS posse. That's what we trying to talk about. We trying to hear about dumb shit, farts and shit, and make people laugh.
Bro, how much time we got? Because I got
not a lot, but we can make it fit.
All right, so it was like last week. I forget what day it was. I think it was. Fuck, what? See, it's because of what I'm about to tell you. This is probably why I can't remember the days I was on. But the other day I was huffing in the devil's lettuce.
Oh. Get out, son.
And yeah, I ended up watching Gumball.
Great show.
It was probably the most amazing experience I ever had in my life, bro. But I mean to tell you, I've never laughed so hard in my life after doing that, bro. Everything that was happening was just genuinely like 10 times more funnier than I could ever expect, bro. I swear, like, for anybody out there who doesn't, like, bro, watch that show when you're just on that, bro. Man, it was just a hell of a fucking life. Like, that shit was hilarious.
I finally like got on I told you before about like Adventure Time shit. I'm watching the shit out of that shit. Been funny as hell, bro. Yeah. It's so random and just like
it's just subtle and like, random.
The lumps and shit. Like, what the fuck is their name?
Who?
The purple thing, the cloud, the lump thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, I forgot that. I forgot that character.
I forgot the name, but that she be having me dead.
Yeah.
And then just like the most random, like the way they do shit is just so like. It's the little things. Like, even like if they doing the basic tasks, it's like, oh shit, like that's how they did. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like fucking Jake was like making a sandwich and like the way he's just doing it, I'm just like where he got the flame or how he got the meat. I'm just like, yo, like all the little shit just make me crack the fuck up. Cause it's like, this was not for kids, bro. And then like when I watched, there was a episode that came up, there was like a TikTok sound. So when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Cause it's the one song when they're singing, it's like, tell me, and I mean, like a goddess, it's like, that's what you want me to do. It's like, you don't like me? Or no, it's like, do you not like it? Or do you just not like me? And then she just started singing. Yeah. No, but those shows had me cracking up. But
bro, yeah. Like,
Gumball is good as shit too, cause we're running short on time, but the fucking episode for privilege or what the fuck it is. It's like about PC culture. And like, I don't know if you've seen it, I'll show it to you if not, but he's just like offended by everything and making them like, in like cancel culture. That's what it was about. Okay. So every time it's like, oh, like, are you abusing your like this privilege? How dare you? Oh, da da da. And he's like, I didn't mean to. And it gets to the point where he just turns to like a Super Saiyan and just starts going crazy.
Bro, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, it's so random. Like, it'll take something so simple, but just go so much further, like, off of it. And it's hilarious, bro. Like, I don't even know. I can't think of an episode. The one I ended up watching was, there was one with a cop, like the donut. He's a cop. And I guess they were, like, not taking, like, I guess, being, like for the law. So like they were just kind of like not caring, like, oh, it's not that deep or whatever like that. And the cop was just like, oh, like it's very serious. You should follow the law, not do anything like that, blah, 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 blah. And eventually by the end of the episode, like the cop was just going crazy because he was like basically going against the law, showing them all this stuff not to do. And I guess because of that, he just ended up going crazy and realizing like he was just so hooked on being on the law that once he finally stopped doing it, he just went crazy and all like that. But there was just, in the beginning, before all that happened, there was just one moment where I think Gumball had to wait for the light to change because it was red. And he was like, who cares? And he was like, he put his foot. It went super slow. As soon as he touched his foot on the street, the cop just switched it. He was just like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, bro, that show just has me dying so much, bro. Like, I don't know why. It's just, I don't know. And then there was another part about, I'm going to do real quick. It was another episode where they were at lunch. Him and Darwin were at lunch and they were eating. And then Gumball was sitting on the one side and he was looking across to the other like seat, like the other like kind of like bench, like ahead of him. And it was like a rock. It's literally a Play-Doh rock. And he's just staring. And they're literally just making like angry faces at each other, just like literally just staring at each other. And they kept going harder and harder, just like with them scrunching their faces. And they just looked so wrinkles. Ugly. It looked so ugly. And I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? At the end, Darwin's just like, like, stop, what are you doing? And then out of nowhere, The Rock is just like, oh, what are you talking about? I was just squinting really hard. I was trying to read the sign that was behind you, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, bro, it's just so stupid. Like, I don't know why that show is just somehow so smart with like the random shit, but yeah. Oh man,
cartoons.
Exactly. I will never get over them.
Facts. But we're over our time, so we're gonna catch y'all next week. Hope y'all enjoyed. Thursday video coming soon. And many plans for the year, 100%. A lot of big announcements, a lot of fun, a lot of early planning. We're doing stuff with time this year. So only upgrades from here on out. We love you guys. See you next week. Bye.